All right, for my digital resource, I chose the UCAR Center for Science Education. And what that is about it, it serves the geoscience community. A lot of its focus in weather and earth systems, but it is valuable for reaching the audiences of K through 12 educators as well as university and students, and just in general, help good at educating the public as well. So what we're going to do here for this activity is we're going to come to the educators. We're going to go to the teaching resources, and you can see um, if you're teaching about weather, climate, air quality, or another Earth system topics, there the center has developed curriculum units, lesson plans, and other resources to support learning in a K through 12 classroom. And all these resources are free and available to use online. So what we're going to do is come down to classroom activities, and we're going to come into grade level, and there's elementary, lower, upper, middle, high, and the topics are from here above: equality, air quality, clouds, how weather works, storms and other weather, how climate works, impacts of climate change, solving climate change, earth systems, layers of the atmosphere, suns and space and weather, engineering, computers and models. I personally love storms and other weather, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to set the grade level to high school, and I'm going to change the topic to storms and other weather. And you can see there's a variety of things that pop up. There's icons, anatomy of storm clouds, flash floods, teaching box, flood chances, hurricane resilience. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come into the tornadoes teaching box. And this teaching box collects a variety of lessons into one. So this one's going to focus on tornadoes, which in the United States is by far the most common place for tornadoes in the world. So we're going to come into the first one. There's 4 different ones. How did tornadoes happen? Where tornadoes happen? How tornadoes affect people? So in this, students are going to learn about how they form in the atmospheric conditions that are conducive for the formation of a tornado. So what this does is it starts off by helping to gives you some tips and tricks how to gauge background, recalling students to recall a tornado they've seen. They may say something like the Wizard of Oz or something like that, and then it gives you some activities you can do to get them in there. Also, all these lessons have the new next generation science standards. Here, cause and effect is a big thing in weather in general because weather is an imbalance. So basically, weather happens because there's an imbalance in the atmosphere. In order to balance it out, weather happens. It then shows also the literacy standard. So that will be covered by this lesson. You got the right informative explanatory text to examine the topic, convey ideas, concepts, information through the selection, organization, and analysis of relevant content. It also gives you hands-on tornado activities. I know I've done something like this. So we'll look at this. It'll give you like grade level, the time, the prep, also the standards that it hits, as long as with the ingredients and stuff as well, and all kind of interesting stuff. And you can do this for like an independent reading activity. They can come in and read about a tornado's strength. They can come in here and you could do a weak, strong, violent. They can learn about, so you can see right here, about 75% of the world's tornadoes occur in the United States. So it's pretty cool. And with that, you can come into a thing where you can do an activity where they can come and do a compare and contrast. So they can come in and say, unfortunately, these site I'm using can only make 5-minute videos, so it cuts off, unfortunately. But anyway, what I was talking about is they can come in during a guided reading activity. They can put their observations, or you can work with a group, and you can come together and discuss what was similar and what was different. So it really helps them guide on the reading itself. Um, Here's another thing you can do. Got to put all the pieces together, be like a weather detective. Not exactly what I wanted there. And then you can do a way to evaluate how the students kind of, like some assessments, formal assessment of how they're, or summative assessment, depending on what you choose, where you can do things where they can write questions during the readings and then share them to get answered. They can do something about creating a PowerPoint or Prezi or whatever, um, to talk about tornado formation and talk about things like discussion of limitations and models and identification of stages of tornado formation. There's still a lot of stuff we don't know about tornadoes, and one of the big things they're trying to do in weather now is to be able to predict tornadoes in a faster manner, because literally these things form in less than a minute in times and can put a lot of people's lives in danger. So anyway, to wrap this up, we're going to go back to the teaching resources, and just want to go back over. Like I said, it's great because you can go to any level in any topic, and you can break down the lesson to a kindergarten to 12. So it's something that I used way in the past during a class, and I originally chose Stellarium, but then I remembered this, and I thought this is perfect because it hits all of the literacy standards as well as the content standards, and it lays out pretty much from the background to a guided reading activity to providing you graphic organizers or other ways of helping students comprehend a passage or a video, and then it has like the evaluating things, whether it's homework, a test, a project, to show they demonstrate their understanding. So yeah, this is definitely a good resource and something that could be really beneficial for someone involved with earth space science. How do I end this?